Now to a story you will see only on Fox. Marcus Lattimore's one of the most well-known football players ever to come out of the state. Once considered a sure thing, a series of injuries, though, derailed his career.
But sports anchor Aaron Cheslock found that Lattimore is just hitting his prime without the pads.
Yeah, Cody, Diana, and one of the most remarkable football stories ever to come out of South Carolina. What's known is Lattimore's perseverance to get back on the field. What's not, and as notable, is the selfless acts by the women in his support system who time and time again continue to motivate Marcus.
What if your dream turned into a nightmare?
Marcus Lattimore, I hope your knee feels better.
Hundreds of thousands of letters.
They just said, get better. I love that.
All to Marcus Lattimore, perhaps the greatest what-if story in South Carolina football history. Yolanda Smith sits in Duncan, the place where it all started, going through these letters. Her garage, still full of them. She can't bring herself to throw them out. Back in 2008, Lattimore's getting different kinds of letters. One of the best prospects to ever strap it up for Burns High, a place where the future football star finds his future wife on the track, a freshman named Miranda Bailey, who didn't know a thing about football, but quickly realized how big a star her new boyfriend was.
That's the best fit for me.
When he chose the Gamecocks for college, the upstate sensation became headline news.
People were texting me like, it's on the news. I'm like, on the news? Why is it on the news? You know, like, it's just college. You know, you just write it, and then apparently it was a really big deal.
They calling me the face of the program, the savior. I'm still at Burns High School, and scared to death.
Lattimore lit the Midlands on fire, put the SEC on notice. His mom went to every game, but couldn't watch. Simply too dangerous, even though Marcus had never been hurt.
In the 3 years that Marcus was at USC, I was able to take over 20,000 pictures. And that's how I passed my time in the sand.
6 games into his sophomore season, the Heisman frontrunners still dismantling opposing defenses. But then the injury bug, a torn ACL and MCL.
I saw the play because I kept my eye on him. For whatever reason, I saw that time. And he didn't get up.
I didn't grasp it. I did not grasp that's the worst injury a running back can have.
Sidelined for the remainder of his sophomore season, Marcus relies on his mom and girlfriend for relief.
Man, I probably heard how's the rehab, how's the knee 100,000 times. And that's not exaggerating, but when I went home, I was just in another world. I mean, because everywhere I went, everything I did, how's the knee, how's the knee, how's the knee? When I come home, what we eat tonight? Complete serenity.
2012, the junior shows he's back. Then, Tennessee week. Lattimore, a team captain, addresses the Gamecocks the night before the game.
And I said, guys, you got to go out there and play every play like it's your last, because you never know, it might be your last.
After scoring on a 28-yard scamper for his 41st career touchdown, Lattimore's cautionary message rings true.
I grab my leg and I see my knee. It's on the outside of my leg. I'm get back up, let's go. There's no way there's no possible way I'm about to sit out this season. No way. After all I've done been through, I asked him, am I done? Am I done? He's like, yes, you're done. Then I start crying.
His mom in the stands.
I didn't even see it happen. People get quiet. So I just start running. And I say, no, not again. He's crying. I say, it's okay, Marcus, it's okay. And he kept apologizing. I never did look at his leg. Then we're told the reality of what's really going on. It was devastating.
His girlfriend's just getting home from work.
I hear the announcer say, Lattimore's down. I'm like, No. I see him on the ground and the camera's right on him, and I'm like, get up. I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, his face, like, just looked. I immediately put on my shoes and I didn't wait on anything else. Just started running to the stadium, didn't stop till I got there.
One of the worst injuries any running back's ever had. Ligaments, muscles, nerves, arteries, ripped and shredded. It's questionable whether the guy famous for running would ever be able to walk again.
We worked so hard to come back, and knowing how much time and effort he put into it. Like, I mean, they told him that he wouldn't be able to walk.
Lattimore sits at his lowest point, but after a visit from friend Dylan Thompson and a phone call from, interestingly enough, Tigers coach Dabo Swinney, he decides to come back again, all to reach his dream. Lattimore, along with his mom and fiance, take us on the rest of their journey in part 2, coming up at 11. Great decides to make another comeback, knowing full well he'll need the help of his support system now more than ever.
Anger, without a doubt. Like, just angry. And then sadness sets in later, but angry, mad. After all I've done been through, I can't play it anymore. I can't play this season out either.
Marcus Lattimore's gone from upstate legend to national sensation with the Gamecocks. But for the second time in as many years, a knee injury's put his career in doubt. Again, Lattimore leans on his mother and girlfriend to help motivate him through rehab.
Well, the second time around was a lot more difficult because, I mean, it was a lot worse. So I'm pretty sure he was probably depressed. He didn't talk a lot.
The three of them all cram in a one-bedroom apartment.
He didn't have to worry about where am I going to go, or, you know, who's going to help me out or anything like that, because he knew. Like, there was no question about that.
5.5 months into rehab, Lattimore works out for NFL scouts. He says adrenaline made him fast. Then, day 3 of the draft. All the hard work pays off. Lattimore's dream comes true.
One of the best feelings I've ever had in my life. You ready to be a 49er? We're about to pick you. And, man, it's crazy.
I was elated. I just felt like, okay, this is what it's all about right here. Just realizing his dream.
Strictly rehab to start in San Francisco, getting the knee back to where it once was. Dating long distance, Bailey tries her best to stay supportive from afar.
It's like 5,000 miles away, you're 3 hours behind, and then I was usually working until about 2 a.m. anyway. It's like, it's hard.
The struggles and setbacks continue on the field. 2 years in, Lattimore still hadn't taken a snap. Frustration hit a breaking point in November 2014.
Why am I not back to myself yet? I was trying to run the way I used to, but I couldn't because my knee wouldn't let me. After the surgeries, I noticed myself hesitate every time. I would come up to it and I would, pattern my feet, scared to make that cut. You know your knee's not ready for this.
The toughest decision a pro athlete can face.
It finally hits me that, dang, I can't play this game anymore.
Back to South Carolina, without ever playing a down in the pros. Lattimore needs a new path, so he goes back to school and begins working with his foundation, appropriately enough, named with the acronym DREAMS. The goal? Developing South Carolina's youth on and off the field.
I'm so excited about these next steps in life because, that's what life is. Adversity is a part of life. It is. And, you can run from it or you can man up and take it.
Through it all, Marcus and Miranda managed to keep their relationship out of the public eye. Then, everything changed. At a football camp in April, Marcus is giving a post-practice speech. Miranda's handing out flyers.
Then I look over and Marcus is like on one knee, and I'm like just didn't know. My heart just dropped.
Now the three are on the same roster.
He's brought so much joy and pride just to the town of Duncan, to South Carolina. And it wasn't just because of a football game. And it wasn't just for him, it was for everybody out there.
Marcus Lattimore always dreamed of getting drafted.
I'm glad I didn't give up because, these letters just kept flowing in. We're praying for you. We're thinking about you. You're an inspiration.
Dear Marcus.
I feel like my football career, it ended the way it was supposed to end. Through everything that I went through, when I retired, I was at peace for some reason. I was at peace. I was at peace with everything that happened because I knew I put everything I had into this game. I'm happier than I ever been in my life.
While many might say, what if? For Marcus Lattimore, it's what now.